morning friends, my name is Lalit Soni and you are watching In Focus by Drishti IAS. In today's video, we will be talking about certain aspects or you can say certain debates which has happened in the Constituent Assembly on the question of citizenship. Now the question is why we are interested about these debates right now, because recently you must have heard that Government of India has notified CAA rules recently for the implementation of the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. Back then when this act was enacted, they could not implement these rules or they could not come up with these rules because of certain issues, or you can say there was this issue of COVID-19 at that point of time as well. But recently they have come up with these rules and Home Ministry has notified them. So because of these, this question of citizenship and certain provisions of that particular amendment becomes a hot topic recently. So considering all these things in mind, we have come up with this particular topic. So let's start. Constituent Assembly on the question of citizenship. So here in this video we will be talking about certain opinions which were made by the our forefathers, or you can say that those people who has given something in the drafting of the constitution. Okay. The point of discussions in our today's video would be, first we will discuss the news and then we will go to the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. In this we will not go into details of it, but the thing is we will discuss the main provision which was in question. Okay. Afterward, reflections from the Constituent Assembly debates. Certain aspects which has been covered in the Constituent Assembly, they have talked about it, the question of whether we should attach citizenship with the religion or not. If not, then what should be the criteria to provide this citizenship. All these things has been discussed in the Constituent Assembly, but in today's video we will be talking about certain aspects of it which we will be seeing in the later parts. Okay. On citizenship to Pakistani migrants, we have this provision in the constitution wherein up to a particular date, those people who has migrated from India to Pakistan but they want to come back, so for a particular date, up to a particular date, they could come and enjoy the citizenship of India. There is a provision in our constitution. So there was certain debates regarding that as well. So we will be talking about that. Then anxieties about the demographic changes. These anxieties were there back when this constitution was in making. These anxieties stays even in the present scenario. Okay. So we will be talking about what these anxieties are. Okay. Afterwards, we will conclude the video. Everything we have discussed we will put into a crux form and we will see how it is relevant today. Afterwards, we will see a practice question for your prelims and then we will wrap up the session. So let's start with the news article. CAA rules out how Constituent Assembly debated the question of citizenship, tying it to religion. Okay. So basically the thing is, here we are talking about these debates in particular context, that is the context of religion. Why? Because the current CAA rules, or you can say the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019, they have made a provision which attached some significance to the religions as well, or some communities as well. Okay. So that is why we are discussing this. The news is that the Ministry of Home Affairs on Monday, March 11, notified the rules to implement the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. Okay. So now coming to the Citizenship Amendment Act, there is one certain provision which you must be aware of, that is there are certain communities, there are 6 communities. These 6 communities are Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsis and Christians. These 6 communities are people from these 6 communities and from 3 countries. These countries are Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh. If there is a person who has migrated from these 3 countries, okay, and belongs to these 6 particular communities, okay, so if he has migrated into India before December 31st, 2014, then he can be granted citizenship with some relaxed norms. Okay. So basically this is the way of naturalization. Okay. There are certain ways through which you can acquire the citizenship of India. Okay. One is naturalization. For a normal person, the period of naturalization would be 11 years. Okay. But for these communities, these 6 communities from these 3 countries, that is Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh, this particular period of naturalization has been reduced to 5 years. Okay. Now this person can be a citizen of India if you are living in India for like 5 years, and then you can apply for the citizenship. Okay. So there are certain relaxed norms which has been provided in this particular act. Okay. The Citizenship Amendment Act 2019, when passed, has sparked widespread protest as it tied citizenship to religion. So when it came, there were protests. You must be aware about it. Okay, so there were widespread protests regarding one thing, that why Muslims has been excluded out of it. Okay, the thing is, they have attached some kind of religion to this particular provision. Okay, here you can see there are 6 religions or 6 communities from different religions. So basically, they are saying that there is a violation of Article 14, that is the right to equality, wherein you have excluded Muslims from that particular provision. Okay, so because of which there were certain protests, and then matter goes to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court is yet to hear this particular matter. Okay, now coming to the, in the Constituent Assembly, the question of how to grant citizenship was debated at length, and finally framers of the Constitution decided not to link religion to the process. Okay, so in the Constituent Assembly, when this question was there, how we should provide the citizenship, whether it should be based on religion or not, because there was this country which was made on the basis of religion, that is Pakistan. Okay, so whether we should go for the on the similar lines or not, all these things has been debated in the Constituent Assembly, but ultimately the crux was that we have decided not to attach religion to it. Okay, but when this provision came, we are saying that few communities are saying that this particular provision is against the spirit of the Constitution, because they initially it was decided not to link religion with the citizenship. Okay, now coming to the next part, or certain opinion which has been presented by the constitution makers, that is P.S. Deshmukh. He was the member of the Constituent Assembly, argued for granting Indian citizenship to all Hindus and Sikhs. He has said that all Hindus and Sikhs should be given this particular citizenship based on the relationship, because they identify themselves from this particular land. There is a historical connection with them. Okay, other than that, they do not have any other country to call their own. Okay, so you can say that when we are talking about Israel, for Jews there is Israel, for Muslims there is Pakistan. So similarly for Hindus and Sikhs there is no other country. Okay, so he has made his point that all Hindus and Sikhs should be given the citizenship. Okay, then Sibbal Lal Saxena, he has also supported the similar point of view. Okay, afterwards there was R.K. Siddhava. He has said that he was a person from the Parsi community. He has said that this provision, or this particular, you can say, facility should not be only for Hindus and Sikhs. It should be extended to other communities like Parsis and Christians, because they are also prosecuted at different times and at different part of the world. So considering that, he has said that we should be quite inclusive in our thought process, and we should provide this for Parsis and Christians as well. Okay, so these were the opinions which has been made out by these persons regarding the religion. Okay, now next point is on the citizenship to Pakistani migrants. Okay, so there was this person, Jaspat Roy Kapoor. He has said that those people who has went to Pakistan, who has migrated to Pakistan during the partition, they have given their loyalty to Pakistan, they should not be allowed back. Okay, so the lot to those people who have tied their lot to Pakistan and transferred his loyalty from India to Pakistan, they should not be allowed back. Okay, that was his opinion. To counter his opinion, Brajeshwar Prasad, he has pointed out that there are certain people who has not opted for it, who went to Pakistan in panic, because there was riots which were going on, and in panic they went to Pakistan, but they want to live in India. Okay, so we should not close that door for them to not come back. Okay, so these were the opinions which were related to the Pakistani migrants. Now coming to the third point, that was related to the diverse perspective on the citizenship. Let us not follow the bad examples. So Mehboob Ali Beg, he has said that, Mehboob Ali Beg Sahib, he has said that we should not attach any kind of religion. Okay, now argued against the selective citizenship based on religion, advocating for inclusive policies. He has said that we should not follow the bad practices, we should follow the progressive practices, and we should not attach citizenship with any kind of selective religion. We should be secular in that sphere. Okay, Brajeshwar Prasad expressed idealistic view of Hindu-Muslim unity and criticized the artificial partition's effect on their relationship. He has said that since Hindu and Muslims are these two communities has been living historically together, but this artificial effect of partition which has been created by the Britishers should not affect it. So any person who want to come back from Pakistan to India should be given the citizenship. Okay, Now Prime Minister Nehru addressed the criticism of appeasement and secularism. So basically, you know that there were few sections which were against the policy of appeasement by the Jawaharlal Nehru. So he has said that we are not going for any kind of appeasement. The same laws which are applied on a Hindu are applied on the Muslims as well. Okay. So he has criticized the the word use of word appeasement etc. in the Constituent Assembly. So ultimately these are some diverse perspectives on the citizenship. Then there was another thing that is related to your demographic changes. You must have heard that we had East Pakistan and West Pakistan. So when you are talking about East Pakistan, this is today's Bangladesh, there were huge number of migration from Bangladesh to Assam's area. Okay, so basically Assam had a Muslim minority back then, but various Muslims from Bangladesh has migrated to Assam, and people in the Assam were quite worried about their demographic changes over there, and they said that it is a political move to maintain that Assam becomes a Muslim majority area. Okay, so it was a political move at that point of time. Okay, Pandit Thakurdas Bhargav voiced concern about the demographic changes in Assam due to migration from East Pakistan, now Bangladesh. He suggested that some migrants came to alter the demographic balance for political purposes rather than to integrate as Indian citizens. Okay, so he has said that it was a biased, or you can say there was some kind of intention attached to it, political intention attached to it, and the intention was to change the demography of that particular area, or you can say Assam, for political gains. Okay, even today also when we are talking about Assam has this issue wherein they are concerned about the demographic changes because of the migration. Okay, and when we are talking about the CAA, you know that the cutoff date for CAA is 31st December 2014, and when we are talking about the Assam Accord has this deadline of March 1971. So basically in Assam, when these migrants came, they have come up with the Assam Accord. We have said that those people who has migrated to Assam after 1966 and then before 1971, these people will be given the citizenship in the due time. Okay, but then if we extend this timeline to 2014, so all those people will be given the citizenship, and that is why Assam is quite concerned about the demographic changes over there. They are concerned that all those people who are living there illegally even after 1971 will be given the citizenship of India at that point of time. Okay, so that is the concern which they are facing right now, and that is a debate in the present scenario as well. So that there are certain anxieties related to the demographic changes as well. Now, to conclude that all these things which we have discussed, that they have some kind of relevance even today, because after this particular provision which has attached religion into it, there are certain questions which are saying that why Muslims has been excluded, because and government is saying that there is one particular aspect attached to it, that is the persecution of these 6 communities in the nearby areas, that is Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh. Okay, so the other side is arguing that even the Muslims are being persecuted in these countries. There are minority sections of the Muslim like Ahmadiyya Muslims etc. And when we are talking about Myanmar, there is this Rohingya Muslims. So these are also being persecuted. Then why you are not giving citizenship to them as well? So this is the question for court to decide as of now. But there are certain aspects because of which this debate has reignited, and that is why we have discussed it. Now the debates from the Constituent Assembly continues to inform contemporary discussions on the citizenship and religious identity in India. The notification of CAA rules reignited the debate on inclusivity, secularism and the protection of religious minority, reflecting ongoing tensions in the Indian society. So basically this is the context in which we have talked about it, because this issue is not recent. It has been talked about in the Constituent Assembly as well, and now even we are talking about the same thing after this CAA rule has been notified. Okay, so this is the crux of this particular video. Now we can come to the practice question for you, which you have to answer in the comment box. Now let's see which religious community were granted relaxed citizenship rules under Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. So we have discussed there are 6 communities. Okay, so among those 6 communities, which of the following are correct? Okay, Hindus, Sikhs and Muslims. B, Christians, Buddhist and Jain. C, Muslim, Parsis and Buddhist. D, Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jain, Parsis and Christians. So you have to attempt this question and answer in the comment box. With that, I would like to take your leave, and if you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.